Hiring a pest control company in Virginia seems straightforward, but there's more at stake than you might think. Pests aren't just creepy, they can chew through electrical wiring, creating serious fire hazards in your home. And in a state like Virginia, with its beautiful historic houses, the risk of significant structural damage is especially high. This isn't just a summer problem. The climate means you face a rotating cast of pests all year long. So, how do you choose the right company? We'll cover the non-negotiable credentials, the #1 method that works, and contract red flags. First, let's clear up a common myth. A pest problem does not mean your home is dirty. Thinking of handling it yourself? DIY methods often just treat the symptoms, failing to address the nest or root cause of the problem. When you hire a pro, your first check is for a VDACS pesticide business license. This is a legal requirement in Virginia. That license also guarantees they carry liability insurance, which protects you financially from any accidental property damage. It's not just the company. The individual technician at your door must also be certified by the state. Ask to see their credentials. So you've verified their license and certification. But what should they actually be doing? The best companies don't just spray chemicals everywhere. This superior approach is called Integrated Pest Management, or IPM. It's a smarter strategy that prioritizes long-term prevention. An IPM professional doesn't just spray. They investigate how pests are getting in, then remove those sources to solve the actual problem. Indiscriminate, blanket spraying can actually make things worse. Pests develop chemical resistance, making future infestations harder to control. Because pests are a year-round threat, effective control is rarely a one-time fix. Ongoing maintenance is about prevention, not just reaction. Let's look at a prime example. Termites. Historic wood frame homes need very specific treatment strategies. Another example is wildlife. Raccoons or squirrels are not general pests and require a specialist with expertise in humane removal and exclusion. Now that you know what methods to look for, how do you vet the company itself? Start by getting multiple opinions, and don't pay for them. Reputable companies offer a free initial inspection. Use this to compare their diagnosis of the problem, not just the price. Check their online reputation on sites like Google or Angie. Look for a rating of 4.5 stars or more, and see how they handle problems. Once you've chosen a company, the final hurdle is the contract. This is where you need to be most vigilant. Red flag 1. High-pressure tactics. If they claim secret formulas or exaggerate damage to get a quick signature, walk away. Red flag 2. Vague language. A contract for general pests is often meaningless and may not cover the pest you're trying to eliminate, which leads to the single biggest trap hidden in the fine print. What are the most common pests that a standard contract specifically excludes? Red flag 3. Unclear warranties. A guarantee is only as good as its conditions. Does it cover retreatment? For how long? What could void it? So how do you protect yourself from these contract traps and sales tactics? It connects back to the very first thing we discussed. Remember the mandatory VDACS license and technician certification? They are your first line of defense, proving the company is accountable to the state. That license means they must provide you with pesticide application records if you ask. This transparency is a hallmark of a professional IPM approach. And remember our question about what's excluded? The answer is almost always the most difficult pests: termites, bedbugs, and wildlife. The key takeaway is this: verifiable credentials, a commitment to IPM, and transparent contracts are interconnected elements of a trustworthy company. Ultimately, investing in regular, preventative pest control is smarter financially. It helps you avoid the much higher costs of emergency treatments. So, to recap your hiring guide for pest control: 1. Verify their Virginia license and technician certifications. 2. Ask specifically if they use an integrated pest management approach. Reject any company that just wants to spray indiscriminately. And 3. Read every word of the contract. Ensure your specific pest is covered and that you understand the warranty. By following these steps, you can confidently choose a professional who will protect your home, not just for today, but for the long term.